Hi, and today we are looking at hearing sounds. So this is the first of 5 videos from Unit 1 of Reading Hack to support teaching with the Reading Hack series. If you want to find more about that, go to www.educationhack.co.uk. Okay, so hearing sounds. The students really need to be able to distinguish between the different sounds they can hear before we can expect them to be able to read and write those sounds. So we're going to start by looking at hearing the beginning, middle and end sounds of words. So for example, the word cut, we've got a k at the beginning, a in the middle and t at the end. So if I was working with a student, I may say to them, I'm going to say a word to you and I want you to tell me what's the last sound you can hear in that word. Cut, the last sound is t. And if we look at another word, you'll notice this time we've got 2 letters at the beginning. That's fine because these 2 letters together still just make one sound. So again, if I was working with a student, quit, what's the middle sound you can hear in that word? If they can say I, that's fantastic. If they're having some trouble with that, we might break it down for them a bit. It, quit. What's the middle sound you can hear in quit? And you can repeat that, break it down for them, say the word over and over to support them hearing the different sounds until they are confident with it. Last word we'll look at here, fax. What's the last sound you can hear in fax? Obviously it's x. You'll notice here as well that the vowel sound in the middle is a different colour to the consonants, just to make the phonetics stand out a bit more. If we were to go to Education Hack, where you can find all the worksheets that accompany the series, this worksheet here goes with this lesson. And if I was working with a student, I can pick any word off this sheet. So for example, jam, and I might say to them, I'm going to say a word to you, can you tell me what the middle sound of that word is? Jam. And if they can say ah, then we can go to middle ah and we can colour it in, and they're confident with that sound. If I used vet and asked them for the first sound they could hear, v, which is here, it's the initial sound, the first sound, we could colour that in. Obviously v at the middle and end is not something that's going to come up, so these 2 are never going to be coloured in. The idea is once they can do the beginning, middle, and end sounds of all these words, they're fluent and they can move on to the next section. And then we would focus on just the initial sounds of the words, which really is the sounds made by the letters of the alphabet. And we use a sort of an I Spy sort of game way to do this. So they're looking at a picture. What sound is first in this word? So in this case, they may say d for duck. They may need to say duck before they can get d, or they may even need a little bit more support than that, saying the word with them, breaking it down, d, k. Then they may be able to get the initial sound. So as much support as they need to get going. One more here, pig. They might say put straight away. They might need to say pig first, as with the other one. Hopefully when they're fluent, they can just look at it and say the initial sound straight away. You can also look at the beginning and middle sounds with these as well if you want to. And going back to the website, there are worksheets and flashcards to support this as well. This is a 1-minute sheet. So the idea with these is that the student would go through and say the initial sound that goes with each of these pictures, and if they can do that in a minute or less, then they're fluent enough with this worksheet and they can move on to the next one. So it would be n, v, y, p, e, h, and so on. Write the time taken down at the bottom of the sheet. May well be way over a minute when you first start, and leave 24 hours between practices. Eventually we get down to under a minute, then they're fluent and they can move on. Okay, that's great. And if you want to know more about the series or download any of the free worksheets, go to educationhack.co.uk.